you, but today, the final press conference as they'll exchange words and go face-to-face. Welcome in to Showtime Sports Coverage. My name is Brian Campbell, representing the Morning Combat and Showbox, the new generation brands. But I've been outfitted with two teammates here that are the darlings of Showtime Digital. To my left, a Combat Sports impresario, a 13-time defending MMA Journalist of the Year.
MMA.
And how about the host of the brand new Ariel Helwani basketball show on Showtime Digital? It's Ariel, the content creator himself. Welcome. But we got a champion next year.
Yeah.
2003 NBA. We're talking about one half of Showtime Digital's award-winning All the Smoke and the face of Fight Towns. I got it right for once. It's Stack Steven Jackson. Stack, there's levels to Fight Week buzz. But if I've learned anything here in Sin City this week, this one is electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Yeah, it don't get no bigger than this. Everybody's here. Everybody's been anticipating this fight. You know, no more talk. It's getting closer and closer. You know, you can feel the tension in this building. It's not even filled up yet, but you can feel it. So I'm excited. This is a fight that they both been wanting to have, and a fight we both been wanting to see. So I'm excited about it.
Ariel, this is the kind of fight that gets into different people's living rooms. Some of those not traditional boxing fans. Why are so many people fired up for this one?
Oh, my God. I mean, we could sit here for an hour. And by the way, this is an honor for me to be here with you guys. I am so excited. It feels big. I haven't been to a big Las Vegas fight since pre-pandemic. I feel it in my bones. I'm sweaty. I'm nervous. I'm anxious right now. I freaking love all of this. Two young guys. I mean, what more can you say? Two guys under 30, undefeated, don't like each other. They willed this fight into existence. There was 800 obstacles, Stack, to not make this fight happen. Competing networks, competing promoters, this, that, and the other, the O's, all that. And they said, no, we're making this fight happen. And guess what? All the other boxers who are out there sitting on their padded records are watching this weekend and saying, you know what? I want some of this. They all have FOMO, but we're here because of Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, I can't wait.
Be careful, Stack. He's got more Twitter beefs than an Arby's drive-thru menu. You know that these days. But Stack, when we talk about the big time, Gervonta Tank Davis has been here before, maybe not against an opponent this dangerous, but for Ryan Garcia, just 24 years old, this is him making the leap right in front of us. Only he knows if he's ready for fight night. Do you think he'll be under those bright lights shining? Because we've seen him very confident in the build-up to this.
Well, you have to be confident. I think both of those fighters have they've been talking a lot, but both have the same respect. You know, Tank's not overlooking Ryan, and Ryan's not overlooking Tank, and Tank even said it himself. This is a dangerous fight for me because you know how dangerous and the problems that Ryan opposed towards him in the fight. Taller, faster, got more of a reach. It's exciting, and somebody that really wants to hurt Tank. You know, Tank's fought a lot of guys that he's a professional, so he has to box. But this is different. I think it's some personal feelings in this fight, and even with talking about putting your purses up, you don't talk about things like that if it's just boxing.
Do we believe them, Ariel? Are they really betting all
But it's good to sell the fight, though.
It's fun. Instagram Live stuff, it's fun. I don't believe them for a second. In fact, I agree with Conor McGregor. Every time someone says that they're going to do it, they don't do it. And then one guy's like, I'm just waiting for the paperwork. And the other guy's like, I'm waiting. Well, where's the paperwork? You both are waiting for it. If they really presented them with the paperwork, why would they do this anyway?
Right, I would.
Well, what's the point? What are you trying to prove by doing this?
Yeah.
That you're super confident? You're a prize fighter. Take your money and go to the bank.
Take care of your family.
It doesn't make me more interested in the fight, but you're right. Social media, buzz. It's a nice little Monday nugget leading into fight week.
So many
but
angles,
I'm tired of it.
So many reasons to get excited. How about the combined records? 51-0 with 45 knockouts. Two young fighters right in the midst of their absolute prime, and you can order that on Showtime pay-per-view this Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. But if you want a little appetizer to get you ready, how about Showtime pay-per-view countdown at 6 p.m. Eastern? Ariel Helwani, Kate Abdo, myself, we're going to be calling fights. We're going to be setting the stage. Do not miss that as we get closer to fight night. But fellas, I would call the respect, as you said, Stack, between the two in terms of the danger the other one brings. That's there.
Right.
But we've seen a bit of trash talk, and I think it's always been fueled from Ryan Garcia's standpoint of he had to make more amends, he says, from the 10-pound rehydration clause to this fight being a 136-pound catchweight bout, even though he's now campaigning at 140. In that regard, maybe even because Tank was late to that kickoff press conference in March, I think we've seen Ryan Garcia with a little larger chip on his back than normal.
Oh, 100%. By the way, I think he
has
shoulder.
Won. Is that what the chips are? On the shoulder?
Shoulder, elbow, I think he has won the exchanges. Like, even at the grand arrivals, he's like, hey, just to let you know, when we talk about purses, Tank, I'm not talking about the one you wear. That's a good line. That's a good line. He's won the exchanges. Now, I thought Tank won the first round in terms of the press conference showing up late. He kind of alpha dogged him, right?
This is my world.
This is my world. You're going to wait for me an hour and a half. I'm getting a haircut, for freaking sakes, and you're going to wait here. Next day, I thought in LA it was all Ryan Garcia, and you actually got to hang out. He's had the pleasure of talking to both. I've only talked to Ryan Garcia via FaceTime. You've actually sat down with Matt Barnes, and so I'm wondering, like, when you talk to both of them, who believes what they're saying and who's just putting on a front? Do you get that sense that one guy is like putting on a front a little more and one guy truly knows he's going to win this fight?
And I got to thank Ryan and Tank for letting us in. You know,
tremendous.
during that vital time when you get ready for a big fight. For me, they're both confident. I was sold on both of them.
Wow.
Tank, his face, he just locked in. He wants to hurt Ryan, but Ryan wants to shock the world. And he's not just coming in this fight thinking he has to do it with his hands. I think he's thinking using his brain too. So it's excited to see.
Well, we have a loaded pay-per-view main card joining the main event this Saturday. You're going to hear from those fighters shortly. And of course, the first face-off in a while between the two fighters when Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia meet in just a few minutes behind us. But let's throw to the stage now to kick things off in the press conference from one BC to another. Here's Showtime Sports' Brian Custer.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is the final press conference for Davis versus Garcia. I'm Brian Custer, the host of Showtime Championship Boxing. Saturday night, it's here. It's time for the mega fight of the year. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, King Ryan Garcia, two of boxing's most explosive, exciting, unbeaten fighters in their prime, putting it all on the line, looking to build their legacy. They've got millions of social media followers, and they will finally get it on to prove who is indeed the best. And they'll do it in the ring right here in the fight capital of the world. This fight is going down this Saturday, April 22nd, T-Mobile Arena. It's produced by the best in boxing, Showtime pay-per-view. The event is brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions. It's being promoted by GTD Promotions, TGB Promotions, and Golden Boy Promotions. Listen, I'm going to be real with you. We are expecting a capacity crowd at T-Mobile Arena. So, if you're looking for tickets, don't text me. You need to get on to AXS.com, AXS.com, to try to find you some tickets to this mega fight. Now, the closed circuit venue for this event is right here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. It is the exclusive closed circuit home here in Las Vegas. They will have it there on the big screen. I would definitely look into purchasing tickets for that, again, through AXS.com, and come watch the fight. Showtime pay-per-view is delivering you a 4-fight card, including the main event. And we're going to bring it to you at a very special time. It's going to jump off at 8 o'clock Eastern. That is 5 o'clock Pacific time here in Las Vegas. You're also going to see 2 highly competitive fights, and you can check those out on our Showtime Sports YouTube channel and on the Showtime Boxing Facebook page. That comes your way at 6 o'clock Eastern time, 3 o'clock here in Las Vegas. Let's discuss the fights here with the guys when the broadcast begins. And we'll start with the first fight of the night. First fight of the night at 160 pounds. We got an electrifying young man who's unbeaten, Elijah Garcia, 14-0. 12 of his victories have come by knockout. And he will be facing Kevin Salgado, 15-1. 10 of his victories have come by knockout. Elijah, just 19, And for the people on this national stage who are going to get the opportunity to see you fight for the first time, what the heck are they going to see when you step into the ring with Kevin Salgado?
I think they're going to see, an explosive fight. I believe Kevin Salgado is a great opponent, but I'm going to push the pace, and, someone's going to get knocked out. It's going to be, an inside fight, and we'll see what happens from there.
Kevin, you get the opportunity to start the night off. Major platform, Showtime pay-per-view. Elijah's already said someone's getting knocked out. How will you start the night off?
Kevin, vas a tener la oportunidad de comenzar la noche, y de qué manera, ¿no? Elijah dijo que alguien va a ser noqueado. ¿Vos qué opinás de esta pelea? ¿Cuáles son tus sensaciones de cara a la pelea?
If we can we bring up Martin Bader's mic? Try it again, Martin.
Hello, can you hear me, everybody? Yes. Can you hear me now? All right. Bueno, entonces, Kevin, vas a empezar la noche. ¿De qué manera? ¿No? Con una pelea inaugural contra García. Elijah dijo que alguien va a ser noqueado. ¿Vos qué opinas de esta pelea? ¿Cuáles son tus sensaciones?
Pues el que va a ser noqueado va a ser Elijah.
Well, you know what? The one that's going to be knocked out, that's going to be Elijah.
Elijah, it's almost like we're seeing like this renaissance of Phoenix boxing. I mean, we've got Benavidez, obviously, who we just saw on Showtime pay-per-view, doing what he did against Caleb Plant. Jesus Ramos, we just saw him. You're from that Phoenix area. What the heck is going on with Phoenix that you guys are producing these electrifying boxers once again?
I believe Phoenix always had good boxers. We've always had great talent, and I think it's just we're just starting to take these risks now and become champions. And like I said before, we've always had the talent, and I just want to become that next name out there. So
I thought it was interesting in our discussion. You're 19. Tell the people. You said, and listen, 160 is a great division, but you say you want to be champion when?
Yeah, my goal is to be a champion when I'm 21 years old. If it comes sooner, then I'm ready. But at the moment, we're just taking it one step at a time, one fight at a time, and we're building our way up. The goal is, by the end of the year, become a mandatory soon.
Kevin, how do you approach this fight when you've got a young lion who's certainly looking to make a statement on a national stage against you?
Bueno, acá tenés a un joven como oponente que quiere mandar un mensaje, que acaba de decir que quiere ser un mandatorio para cuando tiene 21 años. ¿Eso a vos qué te provoca? ¿Presión o quizás motivación o diferente?
Pues la verdad no me provoca nada. Yo sé que voy a salir a dar una guerra arriba del ring y vamos por la victoria, porque a eso venimos.
I don't care how young he is, I don't care how ambitious he is. All I know is I'm going to go in that ring, get the victory, and be on my way.
Guys, we'll wrap it up. Give us a final word. Elijah, when you take on Kevin, he's already far. What should we expect Saturday?
Now,
your intentions on Saturday.
Acá Elijah dijo, te va a noquear en menos de 6 rounds. Lo calentaste, lo enojaste y dijo, te va a noquear temprano. Pero ¿cuál es tu vaticinio para esta pelea?
Ya veremos. Una cosa es hablar y nosotros hablamos arriba del ring.
One thing is to talk outside the ring. He seems to like to do that. I'm going to talk inside the ring, and you guys will see what I'm capable of.
Folks, that's first fight of the night. Got an unbeaten young man here at 14-0, Elijah Garcia. Kevin Salgado, who's just 15-1. He's got 10 knockouts. That sets the stage for what we have. Then we get to our next fight. And this one's good. Really good. Considering it's a rematch of a fight that happened not too long ago. Bektemir Melikuziev, 11-1. He's got 9 knockouts. But oh boy, he's taking on a guy who's Philly tough. Gabe Rosado, 26, 16-1. He's got 15 knockouts. One of those knockouts, and that only loss that Beck has suffered, was to this man right here, Gabe Rosado. Beck, I'll start with you. Obviously, this is a rematch. Gabe knocked you out in the first fight, and that knockout went viral. Tell the people why this time it will be different.
Это реванш. В первом бою ты проиграл досрочно. Это видео разошлось по всему миру. Почему в этом бою все будет иначе?
Assalomu alaykum. Hello everyone. Albatta nima deydi? Birinchi jangimizda mana shunday hammasi yaxshi ketayotgandi. Bu albatta boks. Boksda har qanday holat bo'lishi mumkin ringda. Va shunday bo'ldi bizda va bu keyin albatta keyingi janglarda bo'lmaslikka albatta harakat qilamiz va ishonamiz.
Hello everyone, thank you everyone for being here, and it's a big opportunity for me to be on this stage, you know, with in such a great card. And as far as the fight, that's the fight that I've been wanted, that's the fight that I've been asking, and that's the fight that I got on the biggest card. That's the most important for me right now. Whatever happened, I'm going to talk inside the ring.
And I'll repeat my question. Tell us why, Beck, this time it will be different, though.
Еще раз вопрос. Почему в этот раз все будет иначе? Что ты сделаешь по-другому?
Albatta, nima deydi? Va bu boks va biz harakat qilamiz chiroyli g'alaba ko'rsatishga va buning uchun albatta mehnat qildik va tayyormiz deb o'ylayman.
This is boxing. Mistake was made. Lesson was learned. No mistake's going to happen this time.
Gabe, you heard him say he's wanted this fight for a long time. It's almost like been there, done that. Tell us why you took the rematch.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank God for this great opportunity. You know, the rematch made sense being that, you know, I was already in camp getting ready for a big fight. The fight fell off, and, you know, Golden Boy presented this opportunity. I felt it made sense with the magnitude of the card, you know, and I kind of took it as I kind of took it personal, being that, you know, I felt like he thinks that knockout was a fluke. So, you know, I just want to prove him wrong.
Same outcome?
Yeah, it's going to be the same outcome, man. You know, we going in there, we locked in, had a great training camp. You know, I feel amazing.
What does it mean to you at this stage in your career to be here, obviously on a huge card, pay-per-view, considering everything you've done in your career?
Yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. It's been a long road, but you know, I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. That's important. You know, you got to have fun doing this, and you know, you got to find a goal. And that's my thing, man. I just want to keep proving that I can improve as a fighter, get better, and I'm worthy of this stage. So, you know, come the 22nd, we gonna shine again.
Beck, hey, Gabe Rosado basically feels that you think that knockout was a fluke, and he's going to show you Saturday that it wasn't. What's your response to that?
Он считает, что ты думаешь, что это была ошибка, lucky punch, удар, ему повезло, как бы. Твое мнение, он хочет доказать, что это не была ошибка, и что он сделает еще раз то же самое. Что ты считаешь?
Albatta, nima deydi? Men ham o'zimda dokazat qilaman, что mana shu birinchi первый bo'yda ana shu qilganimizda. Albatta, ziritilishni zo'r jang o'tkazishga tayyormiz va harakat qilamiz.
He can think whatever he wants. I have nothing against it. That's his right. You know, all I can promise you that it's going to be a great fight this Saturday, and it's going to be action-packed.
All right, guys, give you guys a final word. Gabe, one thing I know about you is when you step into the ring, you come in to fight. It's going to be exciting. Let the people know Gabe Rosado's intentions. Look, Most of the people looking saying, isn't that the movie star? But let the people know what they're going to get when you step into the ring with Beck on Saturday.
No, you're going to get my best, Philadelphia Warrior, and I'm coming in wanting to put on a great performance. It's not just about winning, it's about how I win, and it's kind of hard to top that first knockout, being it was knockout of the year, but, I'm going in there to put on a great performance, and I can't wait. And my mom's, she's here for the fight, so I got to show up for my mom's. Shout out to my mom.
What's your mom's name?
She's over there, Bonnie Ortiz.
Mom, how you doing? Good to see you. Beck, give you the final word. What should we expect when you get that rematch? You've been wanting it a long time. You said if it came down to a title fight or Gabe Rosado, you wanted the Gabe Rosado fight. You got it. What should the people expect when you get in the ring on Saturday?
Бек, ты хотел этого боя. Чего ожидать людям в эту субботу от тебя и от этого боя?
Nima deydi? Albatta, Gabe yaxshi boksyor. Это боец, нормальный. Va shunga qarab, nima deydi, ringda o'zimizda ishimizni qilishga harakat qilamiz va o'zimizda ishimizni qilamiz. Vaziyatdan kelib chiqib, necha raund bo'lishidan qat'iy nazar biz tayyormiz.
Again, I'm happy. I have this fight. I have this opportunity. I want to thank everyone for this opportunity. I have a great fighter in front of me, and I can promise you this: if it's going to be a 1 round, it's going to be a 10 round, it's going to be exciting and action-packed.
That will be the second fight of the night that you'll see on Showtime pay-per-view come Saturday. And then we get to the co-main. And when you talk about 168, you got a young man here. Man, this kid's got dynamite in his hands. Reps Cuba, but boy, he's made Minneapolis now his home. And he's taken on, David Morrell. Unbeaten. 8-0. 7 of his victories have come by knockout. And he's taken on Yamaguchi Falcao. 24-1. He's got 10 knockouts. David, we'll start with you, man. First of all, I guess just your thoughts on fighting here, because if you look at it, I think 5 of your last 8 fights have basically been in Minneapolis. Yeah. Now you're here in Las Vegas. It's on this platform, Showtime pay-per-view, national audience. Give me your thoughts on fighting on such a big card now.
David, esta es tu gran oportunidad. 5 de tus últimas 8 peleas fueron en Minneapolis y ahora estás acá en Las Vegas, evento coestelar. ¿Qué sentís en este momento?
It's crazy, man. I'm so excited, for opportunity. Thanks, Luis de Cuba Jr., de Cuba Senior, Argemo, my team, everybody, for coming. It's a big opportunity for me, man. It's big of an opportunity for next fight. Big name, big opponent. I'm so excited. I think it's a streak for next fight, the big name.
Yamaguchi, listen, you took this fight, and I give you major props, on short notice against a guy who has basically stopped everybody he's fought. Tell the people why you wanted this opportunity against David Morrell and taking it on short notice.
Yamaguchi, estoy tan orgulloso de cómo aceptaste esta pelea con tan poco tiempo. Contar a la gente por qué vos podés ser el que le haga la fiesta a Morrell y el que termine con el brazo alzado este sábado por la noche.
Primeiramente, quero agradecer a oportunidade e acá estamos. A mim me gusta de desafio, a mim me gusta de estar en una buena cartelera, estar mostrando ao público e eu estou listo, ready para hacer lo que mais me gusta de hacer, o boxeo.
First of all, allow me to thank everybody for giving me this opportunity. I'm really thankful, and I'm all about taking on the best challenges, the biggest ones. I love boxing, I love being out there, and I believe in myself fully to be able to realize what I want to do on Saturday night.
David, you said this is a big opportunity for you. We just saw David Benavidez get a victory. You were one of the names he even mentioned going forward. So, considering that you've stopped looking like your last 5 opponents, do we see another stoppage on Saturday night? And is that a message to David Benavidez in that 168-pound division?
David, vos viste como David Benavidez peleó contra Plant, medio como que no te mencionó. Vos por tu parte noqueaste a 5 de tus 6 oponentes. ¿Pensás que este sábado va a ser el 6º knockout? Y también pensás que ese knockout va a ser el mensaje que necesitas mandarle a Benavidez para que quiera pelear con vos?
Yeah, of course, man, 100%. And I'm saying him what missing. I'm ready. You know, I'm ready. I'm telling everybody every time, and I'm ready for everybody 168. So I'm here. You know, I got the belt. I mean, I don't need more. You know, I got everything. I'm ready. I'm focused. I'm ready. I'm feel bad. I feel good. I'm ready, man. That's it.
Yamaguchi, what is the boxing public going to find out about you Saturday night that they didn't know when you step into the ring with David Morrell?
¿Qué descubrirá el público, los amantes del boxeo, cuando te vean el sábado por la noche que no sabían antes sobre Yamaguchi y Falcao?
Eso que pasa con boxeo, pero Yamaguchi es una medalla olímpica. Yamaguchi es un hombre que le gusta de desafío. Y acá estoy, en una cartelera buenísima, una de las mejores del mundo. Y estoy para hacer mi historia, estoy para escribir mi nombre en boxeo profesional.
People should know that Yamaguchi is an Olympic medalist. People should know that Yamaguchi is very talented, and they should also know that I'm here to make history, to shock the world, and to leave my imprint in Vegas on Saturday night to let the world know that I have arrived.
Lastly, Yamaguchi, I read in the boxing scene, it said, I will knock out David Morrell. Stand by that?
Dijiste anteriormente, lo voy a noquear a Morrell. ¿Todavía seguís firme con eso?
Yes. Acá estoy para hacer un buen trabajo. Me gusta mucho de boxeo de Cuba. Yo entrené mucho en Cuba. Pero sábado, la noche es de Yamaguchi The Problem.
Absolutely, I stand by it. Don't get me wrong. I love Cuban boxing. I've spent time there, and the people are absolutely wonderful. But Saturday night, it's going to be Yamaguchi The Problems night.
Love it. David, I give you the final word. My man said he's taking you out. You're suffering your first loss on Saturday night. What's your response?
Bueno, la última palabra. Él dice que te va a noquear. ¿Vos qué decís?
It's opinion to him, man. I respect the opinion to him, but I mean, it's not easy. Like the amateur fight is different. The pro fight, bro. You know. My name is David Morrell Jr. No es Julio César La Cruz. Okay. Second, look at my last fight. Like everybody my last opponent, everybody talking like everybody talking shit. For me, like the knockout me, like the winner me, everything. Like luck. Everybody lost, everybody knockout. Like you are next. 100%. I promise you.
That is the co-main that comes your way on Showtime pay-per-view, folks. 3 fantastic fights that kick off the broadcast. Guys, let's get a face-off here, and we're going to start with the first fight of the night. So, if we can get Elijah and Kevin to come to the front, and let's get these guys to face off. Yes, bring your belt.
All right, guys, turn out and face to the back, all the way to the back first, all the way up top of the back. All right, right down here in the middle, guys. We're in the 3rd row in the middle. All right, thank you, guys.
First fight of the night, Elijah Garcia, Kevin Salgado. Then we come to Gabe Rosado and Bektemir Melikuziev.
All right, guys, face the cameras in the back now. Face out to the front, please. Gabe, back. Herbie.
You guys, let's face over there, please. Let's just face over there, please.
All the way in the back, guys.
All the way in the back.
Top of the
Thank
back,
you.
up top of the back. All right, right here, down in the middle, in the third row, right in the middle, please. All right, thank you, guys.
This is a rematch that produced a knockout of the year. And then we get to the co-main. The unbeaten David Morrell taking on Yamaguchi Falcao.
All right, guys, turn out and face the cameras now. All the way in the back, all the way up top in the back, up top in the back. All right, right here in the middle, right here in the middle, right here, down here. Yamaguchi, right there, down here. Okay, let's bring in the other fights, guys. Stay right where you are.
Yep.
Gabe. And then Elijah right behind him.
No, okay.
Here's the fight card. 3 fights you'll see on Showtime pay-per-view.
No, mejor todavía. Mejor todavía. Vamos a hacer una buena pelea entonces. Vamos a hacer la diferencia en él.
Third row, David, down here.
Deja que los puños hacen los problemas.
Down right in the middle, please. All right, thank you, everyone.
There you have it, everybody. David Morrell against Yamaguchi Falcao, Bektemir Melikuziev against Gabe Rosado. That's a rematch. And Elijah Garcia taking on Kevin Salgado. We're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we will have the main event fighters, Gervonta Tank Davis and King Ryan Garcia.
Back inside the Ka Theater here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas on the Strip. We're on the perch overlooking the stage behind us. Brian Campbell, Ariel Hawani, and Steven Jackson. Guys, we're going to hear and see from both Tank and King Ryan shortly. But how about the confidence level of 8-0 David Morrell Jr., who, of course, is going to be in Saturday's co-feature against Yamaguchi Falcao. Stack, you've got some history with this guy. We know he adopted home in Minneapolis where they come out to see him, but his trainer Ronnie Shields is a Houston guy. You've seen Morrell work in camp. 25 years old, but that intensity seems miles ahead in terms of his age and experience.
Yeah, Ronnie Shields speaks highly of him. You know, he's been taking all of Canelo mandatory fights and knocking guys out. I watched him train. This kid is hard. He's real focused, but he's a great guy outside of the ring. I think one thing I liked about him more is Raul Marquez's son Gio had a fight. Yes. And it's a small fight in a local gym, but just to see him there supporting all the younger guys, it said a lot about Dave. So I've grown a relationship with him, and I just want to see him win.
And Ariel, we love in combat sports these narratives and daring to be great. And both fighters, King Ryan and Gervonta Tank Davis, are putting their unbeaten records on the line. But David Morrell Jr., I mentioned 25 years old. He's just 8-0. He won the interim secondary WBA 168-pound title in his third pro fight. That's Vasily Lomachenko, like, from this idea of I'm walking into the sport and I want the smoke right away. I don't think we talk enough about how quickly he wants to get in the mix. He's calling out David Benavidez.
I was just going to say that, who we just saw a couple of weeks ago. Would love to see that. Maybe it's a little too soon, but I love the confidence. I love the bravado. Nice to see another Cuban young gun come through the ranks. And as I was just saying to you guys as we were watching, he looks like a star. You know, some guys just look like a star. Everything about him. Good-looking guy. He's dressed nicely. He conducts himself like a pro. And like you said, You're
dressed nicely too. You're just all yanked up.
Look at the shoes.
Jeez, I mean, these are the Montreal bagels, by the way, Stack. What do you know about the bagels?
Fresh, too fresh.
I don't know anything about the bagels. I didn't mean to mess with your fit and your style there with the cord.
He looked way better than I do, right now, and I'm very, very excited to see him compete. And I love the fact that they were showcasing, what's been the big knock on boxing. There's a big fight. We don't talk about the undercard. I love the fact that the undercard got some shine. What you just did with my headphones, by the way, totally screaming. I can't even turn my neck.
I took you off.
I don't know. I think you're trying to sabotage.
I plant a seed and sabotage you,
Louise,
but
what is happening?
it is
So
nice,
unlike you, BC.
brewing heel turn. But David Morrell, he can punch, he can box from that Cuban school, but he's added that defensive trunk movement, the head movement, very dynamic. Wow, we know that David Benavidez looks like the new boogeyman in this division. Canelo Alvarez still the undisputed champion. A lot of big business to come. But fellas, before we hear from Tank Davis and King Ryan and get our third stare down on the journey in this fight promotion, in a lot of cases here, it's like this is a 136-pound catchweight bout. There's no major title at stake. It's rare that you don't need it because of the star power in this fight and the excitement that both fighters bring. But when you look at this event and you get so pumped up for it, I mean, it's early for these two. I love so much that they're willing to do it now to find out. We know Tank's a little bit more established, but I feel like when we talked about the chip on the shoulder of Ryan Garcia, he really wants to prove, it seems, that he can box just as well as he can use that left hook to hit people. I've been impressed with his confidence. He knows he's the betting underdog, but he's making believers along the way throughout this whole fight build.
Yeah, yesterday I actually spoke to Leonard Ellerby of Mayweather Promotions, and he told me, I know for a fact Oscar De La Hoya didn't want this fight. And he's been saying this. I don't believe that, honestly, and I don't believe for a second that Ryan Garcia didn't want this fight. In fact, I think he's the one who willed this into existence. I think Tank would have been okay fighting, you know, this guy or that guy. I think Ryan, if you even go back 2 years, I think he was on Tyson's podcast, and he was calling him via FaceTime. Yeah, and he was saying, I want this fight. What was it? After the Campbell fight, in the ring, he said, I want this fight. And he was the guy that everyone was saying, oh, you're the social media guy. You only care about your followers, this and that. He has never proven to be that guy, yet people try to saddle him with that label. He has done everything that has been asked of him and then some, including making this fight happen. So I'm a big believer in him. Of course, we all remember the fact, I don't know if you know this, Stack, he said, I'm not accepting this fight unless you're sitting in the front row. He wanted me there. He said, I want to point you. I want you to be the Adrian to my Rocky because you're the only one who's believed in me all these years.
Let's go.
And so he said when he knocks out Tank, he wants to point to me in the front row and said, that's my guy right
there. This is the Howard Cosell.
You have to be there.
Sports,
I mean,
right
and so I dropped everything, cleared the schedule. And here, I'm not even getting paid to do this here. I just said, Showtime, Luke is on vacation. Let me sit. Let me be here.
You had to do something for free. This place needs to be.
I couldn't let him down.
Yeah.
That's King Ryan. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And by the way, I'm unbiased. You know, I'm down the middle.
Unbiased.
But I just want to.
You did FaceTime him before the start of the second leg
just to make sure he was okay.
Of the Coast to Coast press conference tour in March, which announced this fight. I do agree with you that in a lot of cases, there's a lot of things that had to happen for us to be here, but I think Ryan Garcia pushing through everything, digging his heels in, telling the promoter, the network, everybody, no, we have to make this fight next. You want to do it at 136, I'll meet you there. You need a 10-pound rehydration clause, I'll be there.
Hate both those things, by the way.
It's part of the game.
What game? Why is it part of the game? Why do we have to accept that it's part of the game? I hate that.
Membership becomes privileges.
It's unhealthy to put a cap on how much you hydrate.
In some cases, I get the semblance of what you're saying, but everybody has done it up to this point.
Yeah.
You know, you have that edge. Look, Floyd Mayweather had to bow in some cases in 2007 to the demands of Oscar De La Hoya to move up in weight and get that fight and take the handoff of the pay-per-view star baton.
So just because it happened 15 years ago?
I'm
just saying. Do you
I hear what you just said.
Do you like it?
Huh?
Do you like this?
It's been like I'm with him. This is not the first time.
Yeah.
If this is the first time, the first fight, yeah, it's a big problem. But Floyd's done it. Oscar's done it. Bernard's done it. It's been done.
Yeah, there's certain non-negotiables, and of course we saw Caleb Plant in that great fight against David Benavidez last month on Showtime Boxing Pay-Per-View. Basically said, if I don't get this big ring, that's my non-negotiable. We'll see it. But we can hear from these fighters as they continue talking about the narratives and getting us fired up for Saturday night. Let's go back to the stage and Brian Custer.
Welcome back from the Car Theater here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. We certainly thank the MGM Grand and our partnership here with the Car Theater. Listen, folks, it's time. It's time for one of the most significant fights of the year. It's time for two of boxing's biggest stars, unbeaten, in their prime, coming together to give fight fans what they want. And that's a mega fight. Not for titles, not for a belt, but for legacy. And as they both proclaim to become this generation's new face of boxing. This fight's going down Saturday T-Mobile Arena, and we're expecting capacity, a sellout. Closed circuit venue for the event, MGM Grand Garden Arena. You can get at AXS.com to get your tickets. Let's talk about the fighters. We'll start with Gervonta Tank Davis. Young man is box office. Unbeaten record. He's broken gate records at some of the biggest arenas, some of the biggest cities around the country. He's one of boxing's most vicious punchers. His 93% knockout percentage, one of the best in boxing. Also, one of the best amongst current world champions. 3-division, multi-world champion, 28-0. 26 of his wins have come by knockout. His opponent, King Ryan Garcia. This young man's got blistering hand speed. He's got one of the most deadliest left hooks in the sport of boxing. He's won 6 of his last 7 fights by stoppage. He has only gone the distance once in a 12-round fight. He's also unbeaten. 23-0. 19 of his wins have come by knockout. Saturday is the date, April 22nd, here in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena. It's going to be produced by the destination for the best in boxing, Showtime pay-per-view. And again, the event is brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions, being promoted by GTD Promotions, TGB Promotions, and Golden Boy Promotions. Let me introduce one of the promoters of the fight. He is the president of TGB Promotions, Mr. Tom Brown.
Thank you, Brian. Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. It's happening, folks. Make no mistake about it. This is a super fight. One of the biggest fights that can be made in boxing. The best fight of 2023. It's just not often in today's game we see 2 young fighters, both undefeated, both in their prime, step in the ring together. Now, I'm a matchmaker first, and we always hear about styles make fights, and it's probably overused, but in this case, with Tank and Ryan, it's never been more true. Oscar, I've heard you say quite a bit in interviews also about the styles of these 2 fighters. This fight will be an instant classic, an all-out war like Hagler versus Hearns. And the good thing is, in Tank Davis, we have Hagler. Thank you very much.
Coming to the podium now is a man who will give you more details, obviously, about the fight, all the fights that will come your way on Showtime pay-per-view, certainly the programming surrounding the televised pay-per-view portion of the evening. He is the president of Showtime Sports, Steven Espinoza.
Thank you, Brian. All of us at Showtime are thrilled to be bringing you this fight in collaboration with DAZN Pay-Per-View. We're proud to once again be delivering the strongest schedule in the sport. Showtime has delivered 14 marquee events in just the first 6 months of the year, and this is our 9th live boxing event in the last 11 weeks. It's one of the hottest runs in the history of Showtime boxing, and this Saturday we have one of the hottest fights of the year. Tank and Ryan, 2 fighters with different personalities, different fan bases, very different styles in the ring. A battle of the 2 most popular fighters in the U.S., both huge draws, both of them coming off very impressive performances. Tank against title holder Hector Garcia, winning by TKO, and of course Ryan last fought in July against former title holder Javier Fortuna. This will be Tank's 14th appearance on Showtime and his 6th straight fight on Showtime pay-per-view. And of course, we welcome Ryan to his first appearance on Showtime pay-per-view. Tank is a 5-time champion, 3 different weight classes. He sold out venues in LA, Atlanta, Baltimore, Brooklyn, in Washington, D.C. And in those fights, 3 of his last 6 have been one-punch KOs. 18 of the last 19 opponents have been stopped. I'll say that again. Tank has stopped 18 of his last 19 opponents. And before you ask about the level of his competition, last 13 opponents, the record combined, 318 wins, 12 losses. Ryan, of course, a very worthy challenger here, 23-0, 19 KOs, probably the fastest hands in boxing. Everyone talks about his social media following, but that's not really the important thing. You know, don't get it wrong. Just because he's got a big social media following doesn't mean he's not one of the most talented boxers in the sport, because he clearly is. And everyone talks about his speed, but that's not the only thing. He has knockouts in 6 of his last 7 fights, including over Javier Fortuna this past July. Ryan's 2 biggest wins, Luke Campbell and Javier Fortuna, have come against left-handers. And Tank is a left-hander. So we've got a great matchup this Saturday. As Brian said, special start time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Tank versus Ryan is supported by the Emmy-winning All Access, 2 episodes, over 5 million views on YouTube alone at this point. And of course, we will be producing our Emmy Award-winning epilogue as well. Showtime has a long history, nearly 40 years of the biggest, most memorable, most historic, most important fights, from Hagler and Hearns to Tyson and Holyfield to Chavez, Corrales, Castillo, and of course the biggest pay-per-view events in history. Lewis Tyson, Mayweather Canelo, Mayweather Pacquiao, Mayweather McGregor. The biggest pay-per-view events in boxing history have been on Showtime pay-per-view. Our resume and our track record is unrivaled. And I've been fortunate to be part of many of those events, those historic, memorable, record-breaking events. And at this point, I'm convinced when all is said and done, this event will go down on that list. It's that big. Don't miss it.
Thanks, Stephen. Next to the podium, Boxing Hall of Famer. He's the president, CEO, Golden Boy Promotions. He's the Golden Boy himself, Mr. Oscar De La Hoya.
Appreciate you very much. Thank you to the media for being here. I truly believe that the winner of this fight will be the new king of the sport, and I'm happy that you're all here to see it. You know, as someone who spent most of his early life in the ring, I know firsthand what it takes to compete at the highest level. And this is the highest level. I look at Ryan, and I know he's ready. I look at Ryan's team, and they know he's ready. I look at Tank, and he looks ready. But when I look at Tank's team's actions throughout the whole promotion, I am left to wonder, do they really think this guy is ready? Catch weights and rehydration clauses, late afternoon weigh-ins, all of these small petty requirements points to a team that looks to protect their fighter. And why would they protect their fighter unless they don't think maybe he's not ready for this moment? I really believe that Tank's team is worried he's going to lose. And when you're a fighter, nothing feels worse than your team not believing in you. And then you look at Ryan, who was so hungry, so willing, so ready for this stage, that he simply said yes to every request, no matter what it was. That is a confident fighter. That is a fighter whose team has his back. That is a fighter who is ready. And it's why you're going to see Ryan come out as the new face of boxing on Saturday night. Thank you.
All right. All right. My man, Oscar came out swinging. Here we go. Let's get this going.
Just talking the truth.
Coming to the podium now is a man who, listen, he comes up. He may have switched up his look a little bit. His swag is still the same. He's the CEO, Mayweather Promotions, Mr. Leonard Ellerby.
Thank you. The talk is done. It's go time this Saturday. Biggest fight in boxing. And Oscar, those comments you make, first off, we believe in Tank 1,000%. 1,000%. So when it comes to you, you have no room to talk about anything. We've been the A side in this situation, and that's how the A side carries itself. Okay?
By rehydrating a fighter?
Like I said, like I said, you've been asleep under the fucking wheel for many, many years.
I'm here, baby.
That's exactly why we took all your fucking fighters, and Floyd beat them all, while you've been asleep under the fucking wheel. Okay? And it's going to be no different this Saturday night. Okay. Tank Davis by KO, like I've been saying, and it might be early. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Let's get to round 3. We're going to hear from some of the camp. Before we do that, I want to acknowledge Henry Garcia, father of Ryan Garcia. I want to acknowledge one of the partners of Golden Boy, Hall of Famer, one of the greats, Bernard Hopkins. Let me bring to the podium one of the newest members of the International Boxing Hall of Fame. He's now the trainer of Ryan Garcia, Mr. Joe Goosen.
It's been pretty interesting so far. Leonard, Oscar. Yeah, look, I'm not going to have any war of words with anybody because the real war is going to be Saturday night between two great fighters. This is one of the most exceptional matches put together in a long time, and I think the interest in this has been unbelievable. I've been in a few fights, and as most of the people of this dais have, and I think it's something very unique that this fight is attracting so much interest, and I think that interest is going to be fulfilled Saturday night in the ring. Well, I would just like to say this about my own fighter because, you know, I'll let Tank's people speak for him. Ryan Garcia is one of the most uniquely talented fighters I've ever been involved with in a half a century. And I'm telling you, the people that know me know I don't mess around. And I've never seen anybody train as hard, focused as much as he is. He has a deep faith. He has a deep faith in himself as well. I just can't say enough great things about him, and he's going to bring something very special to the ring Saturday night. I can guarantee you that. Thank you.
Coming to the podium now is a man who's been with Gervonta Davis since he was a youngin'. I think that's what he calls him. He's his trainer, Mr. Calvin Ford.
How y'all doing? Joe? B? Here we go again with another one. Man, Oscar shooting shots, man. You know how it is on the A side? I don't do too much talking. We do it. Be prepared. Saturday night, man, because it's on. It's definitely on. In the words of my partner, Kenny, we're going to put some knuckles on somebody. I don't train them for knockouts. I train them for punishment. I want you to feel it. I'm sending the message to all of them through you. We'll see. That's it for me.
That was whack.
All right, coming to the podium now. You guys came here because you want to hear the fighters. This young man, unbeaten. You've already heard the credentials. He's electrifying. He's fast. He's powerful. Calls himself the King. King Ryan Garcia.
Man, what an honor to be here. This is a dream come true. I'm seeing my face on the big screens at MGM. This is what I dreamed of since I was a little boy, and now I'm here, so I'm very happy. I'm very excited. I don't have much to say, really. Nothing's really in my mind other than staying focused, preparing for today. I know that there's a big task at hand, but I know I'm going to come out victorious. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for all that he's done for me in my life. That's why I'm here today. And I'm ready to do what I do. Like you say, we do what we do. Well, I'm ready to do what I do. And I'm going to end him. I promise that. It's over. That's all I got to say.
Coming to the podium, young man, world champion, and again, one of the most vicious punchers in the sport. He reps Baltimore. He is Gervonta Tank Davis.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank Steve Espinosa, Showtime, Al Heyman, Leonard, Floyd Mayweather, and my personal team. We here. Enough with the talking. I'm ready to get down and dirty, baby. I'm from Baltimore City, and you'll see how we carry it come Saturday. So see y'all then.
Team, let's talk about it. Calvin, we'll start with the trainers. Calvin Ford, tell the people, in your opinion, why Gervonta Tank Davis is going to win this fight Saturday.
I keep telling y'all, he say he's the king, and this vicious right here. I ain't never seen a king hold his kingdom down when you have a vicious crew come through. We coming through. You hear what I say? We vicious. We ain't just boxing. We doing this. Come Saturday night, be prepared. Be prepared. I got my man Kenny Ellis, the Bible. He's on it. Be prepared for Saturday night. I told you I'm sending a message, not just you, through the rest of them. Stop playing with my youngin'. Stop playing with my youngin'.
Yes. Joe Goosen.
That's glazing. At
Same question to you. Tell us why King Ryan Garcia is going to win Saturday night.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to divulge what we're going to do in the ring, obviously. But what we've been working on in the gym, Ryan has perfected a game plan and alternative game plans, if need be. And he is just an incredible fighter. That's all I can say. One of the best I've ever trained, ever. And I think his best is yet to come. And I think Saturday night, he's going to prove that. I've told him, I said, Saturday night, you're going to change the face of boxing. I believe it, and he believes it, and our whole team believes it. And his fans believe it. And pretty soon, everyone will understand what I'm saying. Thank you.
Guys, Tank, if you can move your mic closer to you. Let's get the first thing out of the way that kind of went viral. I guess you guys were on Twitch the other day. You guys made a bet that basically the winner takes all. Now, I know you guys both have worked extremely hard for this fight. And the last thing a fighter wants to do is give his purse away. So was that just hyperbole, hyping the fight, or is that real, Tank?
I'm trying to make it official. Definitely trying to make it official. His advisor called, and you know what I mean, begging that we don't make that happen. He was scared, you know what I mean. So I guess it ain't.
Ryan, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, I'm a man of my word. I said it, and I was ready to do it, and I told everybody, let's just get it done. Whatever he wants, let's go. I'm already ready to. I know I'm going to win, so might as well take everything from him. But, again, I just feel like I wouldn't do it to him anyways. Even when I knock him out, I'm not going to take the money from him.
Tank, listen, he's confident. He should be. And he's confident that he's going to stop you. You haven't lost. You certainly haven't touched the canvas. Your thoughts on Ryan Garcia saying that he's going to take you out?
Delusional. That's it.
Tell him to put that money up.
Put the money up.
Put it up, for real.
You also said this is the fight where I'm going to prove to the people I am what I say I am. What does that mean? And what is that?
He gonna fail me, for sure. He's gonna fail me. He's gonna fail me.
And if Ryan's going to feel you, but what does that mean when you say, I am what I say I am? What do you mean by that?
I'm who I say I am. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I ain't get all this way here from nothing. I put the work in, you know what I mean? I got them guys out of there. So he'll see it come Saturday night, for sure.
Ryan, watching All Access, there was a quote where Tank said, you guys are calling Ryan Garcia a star. I don't know if he's a star in the ring. He's a star on social media. What is Tank going to find out on Saturday night?
Exactly why I'm here. I mean, you don't get to this position without having something special. Anybody with a clear mind can see that. I guess, again, he'll just have to wait and see when I'm in there why I'm so special. He can't see it, but he'll see it once he's in there. You're laughing, but I'm dead serious. It's going to happen and it's going to be over quick. So quick.
You keep it
Look at you.
One punch. That's
what
you talk about, that one
Speak a little louder. I can't hear you.
He said you keep relying on that one punch.
That's all it's going to take. I just need a sing shot. Just one. Just one. I just need this one. Trust me. The left hook.
I only need one, too.
Okay.
You could get that, too.
That's fine. All right, then we both got it. We both got it.
Like, come on, bro.
I can't hear you.
I touch that jaw, I'm telling you, going to sleep.
When I touch anything, you're going to sleep.
I promise you. Once I touch that jaw, you're going to sleep. I'll probably break your jaw. Facts.
I feel like I'm going to break your jaw with the hook. I just see I just see you on the floor with a broken jaw.
You go at the temple.
Seriously.
You go at the temple. You don't go at the jaw.
Say what?
I'm going to break your jaw. I promise you. Don't even bring your mother or your daughter. Don't bring them.
Oh, you're going to see them.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them. I'm telling you. Don't bring them.
I remember when we were in L.A., Tank got up here and said, all I'm going to say to you is I'm going to take you to deep water and drown you. What's your response to that?
I mean, they're talking about, you know, I want to punish him. This man's never punished anybody in his life, man. This man's always losing. You don't punish nobody. So get that out of your delusional mind, bro. You're not going to punish me in no way, no chance. You're going to get punished. You got the lowest punch output in boxing right now. You understand that? You're not punishing nobody.
I'm the most accurate, too.
That's fine.
But
you're not punishing nobody.
I'm the most accurate, too.
You're not punishing nobody, though.
I'm the most accurate,
so get that out of your mind. You walked into the wrong guy right here. Right. The things you got away with before, they're catching up to you. This is the moment where everything catches up for you in every way. Trust me. Trust me. In every way, everything's catching up to you Saturday night. Saturday, everything. Your whole career is going to come to a halt. Not finished. You'll be able to come back a good man. But trust me, everything comes to a halt on Saturday night. Finished.
Okay.
You're going to learn the hard way.
Okay.
You don't see it, but you're going to learn the hard way. The hard way is coming to you real quick.
What hard way you at?
In a blink of an eye. You're finished, then you're going to have a lot to think about. Trust me.
Make sure you've been practicing on keeping your hands up. Do that.
Oh, you haven't watched your tape, brother.
No, you gotta watch.
You haven't watched your tape if you talk about hands up.
All right.
You're delusional about your defense. Trust me, man. Gamboa had you bruised up. Can you look at the truth for once? Damn.
What?
You are real delusional, man.
Gervonta, this is probably the first time you faced a guy who has been extreme. Don't get me wrong. You faced guys who felt like, hey, like I can beat Tank. But this is a guy, it seems like, A, believes it, speaking it, and wants to show it. I think you kind of...
He don't have the fundamentals at all. If Joe Goosen was so much of a great trainer, fix his fundamentals. This guy don't have no fundamental at all. All he's relying on is a weak ass hook. That's it. That's all he relying on is a hook. That's all. That's all he relying on is a hook. No defense, no nothing, no footwork, no head movement. He don't have no head movement, no nothing. He don't have nothing. Talking about he's a man. Get him out of here.
Let me ask you both this:
Get him out of
What does this moment mean to you? Las Vegas, pay-per-view, and what should be the biggest fight of the year. What does this mean to you, Ryan, and you think to the sport?
This is just the biggest moment in sports right now. So it obviously means a lot. The magnitude of this fight is huge. Everything's on the line. Like I was saying, everything's already on the line. I'm in it already. So I'm just ready to go as deep as I have to. And that's it. I mean, this moment is everything to me. I've been envisioning this for so many years, and it's finally here. So words can't really describe how much it means to me, but it means a lot.
Yeah, we've been knowing what's going on through camp, too.
Hey, you know what's funny about this guy? He's talking about I got spies, I got this, but every time he talks, he ain't shit of a fighter, but he's doing everything you can to figure it out. And it makes no sense, man. This dude could send all the Judases in my gym, all that come. It's not going to stop. What's going to happen? It's so sad. All his silly attempts. I need a rehydration clause. I need him 1 to 36. I need this.
You don't want to fight.
You need everything for a non-complete fighter. Why do you need everything for a non-complete fighter?
Are you or are you not a 135 fighter?
Putting your foot in your mouth.
Are you or are you not a 135 fighter?
Delusional, bro. Stop lying to the people.
Are you or are you not a 135 fighter?
You trying everything to stop it? I'm sorry, man. You can send them all. You want to watch me train tonight? You can. You could come. Your whole team could come watch. It's not going to stop that. What's going to happen? Leonard want to come? You want to come, Leonard?
You're trash.
You could pay all the people to spy in the camp. It ain't.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
You know what I'm doing.
I know exactly what you're doing. Trust and believe.
Hey, isn't it?
And the mole is in your camp.
Work, man. I trust me, Leonard. You're gonna love me after this. You want to be part of my team, Leonard.
We'll wrap
You're
it up
gonna want
with
to be
this.
part of my team, Leonard.
We'll give you all the final word. We'll start with you, Ryan Garcia, for hundreds of thousands to the million of people that's going to buy this pay-per-view. You got a sold-out T-Mobile arena that have come to see this super fight. Tell these folks, final word, what they're going to get come Saturday night.
His ass whooped.
What'd he say?
An ass whooping.
Oh.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm going to leave it at that. All right. It's going to be an ass whooping. We shall see. Captain Hook is coming.
Tank, I'll give you the final word. Tell these people.
It was too funny to say some shit.
Tell them what they're going to get Saturday night.
Oh man, I'm excited to fight, man. I'm excited to be here. This is gonna be great, man. We got two guys that's, well, I don't know about him, but I'm coming with some stuff for sure.
And it's a special start time, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific time. Showtime pay-per-view from T-Mobile Arena here in the fight capital of the world. Gervonta Tank Davis Ryan Garcia. Guys, we got to have a face-off.
Please, fighters only out front. Thank you.
He's good, Joe. Good, Joe. Scared?
You look drained. You look drained. You look drained. You look real drained.
I'm not drained.
You look drained.
I'm not drained.
You look small now.
Yeah.
Man, you small now.
Yeah.
Oh,
see, I put him
man,
out,
I
though.
feel it now. You ain't big at all.
Yeah. You got
You
that
ain't big
weak
at
ass-
all.
You got that weak ass.
You ain't
emergency
big at
shit
all.
on. You got that
Don't
weak
like
ass
it? Why don't
emergency
you
on.
like it? You
It's
look
trash.
good. You look good.
It's trash.
You look good, man.
Appreciate it. You gonna look
You
good
look
right
good.
on the ground.
Oh, you gonna look good with that jaw broke. I promise you that.
I'm gonna break your jaw. Look how small.
I think
look at it.
that's big. I got a bigger target. If it's small, you ain't got a target. Think about
You
it.
got no defense. You don't have no defense. No defense, brother.
And you're delusional of your defense.
Cameras up top and the back.
My defense way better than yours, nigga.
You're gonna see.
Hey
You're gonna
guys,
see.
right down here in the front now, the third row.
We shall see.
Right here, Tank, right here in the third row here, guys. Right down here. Right here, guys. Right in the middle, third row, guys. Right.
Gonna get his ass kicked. King Ryan gonna get his ass kicked. He's the one that's the distraction right there. Your brother, right there. Yeah. I'll put you to sleep for sure. That's the advisor right there, right? That's the advisor right there? Oh, yeah, that's the one be calling out, huh?
We're good, guys.
That's the one to be calling out. Yeah. I'm not even talking to you. Shut up.
All right, we're going to do our interviews now, guys.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Gervonta Davis, King Ryan Garcia, Saturday night, Showtime pay-per-view.
As you saw there, the tension's high on the stage inside the Ka Theater at the MGM Grand on the Strip in Las Vegas. Brian Campbell, Ariel Helwani, and Captain Jack Steven Jackson with us. Wow, got a little testy. Not so much between Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, although they threw a few. How surprised were you to see Leonard Ellerby?
Oh, man.
He was ready for all the smoke from Oscar De La Hoya, as they would say, Ariel.
What a great pun. Hey, Kelly, can you keep it down over there? For goodness sake.
We're live, Kelly.
I mean, come on, Kelly. Guys, give me the World Cup final. Give me the NBA finals. Give me the Final Four. Give me the World Series. I take this over all of that. Like that right there, what we just saw, the competing promoters going toe-to-toe, the trainers going toe-to-toe, the fighters with the smack talk. Oh, my God. I wanted another hour of that. I love their dynamic. I love their confidence. I love the back and forth.
Well,
get me
Stack,
to Saturday.
if there was first blood that was thrown in this, it was Oscar De La Hoya accusing Team Davis of the same things we talked about, the rehydration clause, the catch weight here, as their team being scared. Did you pick up on any of that?
No, I don't think either team is scared. I will say that the talking battle, Ryan is definitely winning.
Again, right?
Yeah, he's doing the out talking, but that don't win fights. We all know you got to get in the ring and take it. You know, the talking is a part of the game, but, you know, I can tell, too, that his side has never been on this stage. You know, when Tank is getting all his compliments, you don't hear any clapping. You hear one compliment towards Ryan, this whole section is just clapping. So, and, you know, I know they're happy to be here, which he deserves to be here, but Tank has been in this moment a couple times, and I know he's ready.
Tank looks unconcerned. He looks, as you mentioned, a consistent pay-per-view draw, somebody who sold out arenas all around. This is the most dangerous test of his career. Tank will tell you it's not the best opponent I've ever faced. Well, we're going to find out on Saturday night. But for Tank Davis, there was some lingering sort of criticism of fight a guy your size, fight a guy who's dangerous, fight a guy who brings something to the table. Tank has systematically climbing the ladder in each one, but let's give him credit for making this fight. Maybe
Right.
Ryan Garcia had to jump through more hurdles, but Tank Davis knows the importance, Ariel, of getting another unbeaten star who brings in his own fan base and stepping up at this level.
Oh, for sure. This is very, beneficial for him as well. And I don't know about you guys. Maybe I put too much stock into this sort of thing, but I was watching them and when they were talking and when they were not talking, and I was wondering in particular in this particular press conference how Ryan would act up there, because it's one thing to be brash, cocky, confident, whatever in March, a month and a half before the fight, but we've seen fighters before get to Vegas, get to Thursday, get to the final press conference, start to stutter, start to be nervous, start to put on a front. Honestly, I've been blown away with his confidence up there. You know, I really feel like he is rising to the occasion. Like, there have been times where we've looked at fighters and you've said, like, whoa, this guy is a deer in the headlights. I am not getting that impression from Ryan Garcia. Like, my confidence in his abilities and his chances of winning continues to grow. Look at him. He's owning the moment.
Yeah.
He is confident. He is comfortable. He is oozing confidence right now. I've been more impressed with him throughout all of this than I have with Tank. And maybe it's because I expect it from Tank because he's been here before. But Ryan Garcia, to me, A+ right now.
I have to say that's true. He's stepping into the moment. You do have questions of somebody who's never been exactly at this level against this caliber of opponent. How will he show out? He also could shine and exceed that, which is a lot of what he's talking about, entering his third fight with Joe Goosen. But Stack, you've had a lot of different coaches over the years, some you've connected with, some that have gone disastrously, to be fair with you. It seems the connection here with Joe Goosen entering fight 3, yes, it's about keep your hand up, defense, all those things you're going to need to be Tank, but it's about that one-on-one, that relationship, that focus, which Ryan has said, look, when I was with Team Canelo under Eddie Reynoso, I didn't get that exact level of one-on-one time. That's important for a fighter to feel that level of confidence and that support around him coming in.
Well, I think what makes a great coach and also probably what makes a great trainer is being able to communicate. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, you can teach me a lot of things, and I can learn a lot of things from you. But communicating those things to me, especially during a time where guys trying to take my head off and get me to understand those things, I think that's what Joe Goosen's good at.
And, I mean, we're seeing a Ryan Garcia who's going to have to keep his weight in check like never before. He came back twice in 2022 after a 16-month break. Both fights in the junior welterweight division. He made that official move up to 140. How did he look physically to you, Ariel, this week? Maybe some of that ornery nature is coming from a tough fight cut, but I think you can see it a little bit.
A little bit gaunt, as they say, but I heard Tank say, are you a 135 or not? Because Ryan was lamenting the fact that he's making him cut to 136. And yeah, to a degree, he has a point. The vast majority of his fights have been around 135, but his last 2 haven't. And they made a point to say, you know, we want 136, and they made a point to say only 10 pounds for the rehydration clause. But all this stuff is fun for me. Like, this is great. By the way, can we give a shout out to Leonard showed up, Oscar showing up with that jacket,
how about
no shirt.
How about Leonard's rebrand? That's like Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince right there.
I like the beard.
And also,
nice.
Casual Leonard. Usually he's very dressed up. Casual Leonard, Goosen and Forge, like, everyone brought their A game, right? Everyone brought their A game, and that's how you know it's a big fight feel.
I mean, it's hard to, you hear Oscar saying what he said, oh, Team Davis is scared. Oscar made Bernard Hopkins come down 2 pounds in 2004 when they met for the undisputed middleweight title. He made Floyd come up in weight. Manny Pacquiao made Oscar come down to 147 just to make that fight happen in 2008. Hate it or love it, the underdog's on top, but the A-side privilege is real.
I don't mind
Somebody's
that.
got to be the A-side. Somebody's got to have the leverage.
I don't mind that. I don't like the rehydration clause. I don't mind the, hey, come to my territory. I don't mind that at all. It's the rehydration clause that I don't.
Well, maybe we can talk very shortly to a member
of
the greater Team Davis. Uncle Phil kick your ass, okay? I'll tell you that first and foremost, as Leonard Ellerby, the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, should be joining us soon as we get closer to fight night. You see Ryan Garcia's father, Henry, over his shoulder, addressing the media. This has been a big showcase moment. We've loved the confidence in. You've got that chip on his shoulder. But this, make no mistake about it, will be the toughest test of young 24-year-old Ryan Garcia's career against Tank Davis, who not just brings the knockout power, but doesn't get the respect. I say that all the time with his IQ, his boxing skill, among the pound-for-pound best in the game today. And a fella who's been there along the way of this journey in building Tank Davis. The CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerby, has slid in next to us. Leonard, before we get to the fireworks that were on that stage, your rebrand has been pretty damn impressive from the style of swag, okay? I mean, I've seen a few Uncle Phil jokes online, but as we talk about, Uncle Phil kicked that ass. No, the Oscar got to be careful.
All day, all day, all day. We built different over here. You know, it's like you ain't gonna talk that slick talk to any of us.
Right.
Well, let's start right there. You took umbrage with Oscar saying the rehydration clause, they'll catch weight, that your team is scared. How do you address that statement?
First off, he's a fucking clown. Let's start with that.
No filter. I love it.
Let's start with that. Is this fucking clown again, I know why. I know why, because it's the shit he's been doing all these years that's got his brain fucked up. Okay? For starters. Is he forgetting that he made Floyd Mayweather fight at 154? And Floyd had never fought at that weight class before? And then he fucking shrunk down to fight Manny Pacquiao. Does that make any sense? Based upon the comments that he just made?
Oscar fools around with hyperbole once in a while, right?
Yeah, but I ain't the one to play with. I ain't the one to play with. I ain't the one. And listen, and this is the one fight, and anybody who know me, I've always said the one fight that I'm glad that Floyd beat his ass, that was the most important fight in his career. And I tell Floyd that all the time. All the time.
He handed the pay-per-view baton as the face of the sport.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, because it's like he's the one guy, still to this day. Both of us, we don't like that motherfucker.
And I love it. Leonard,
yeah, we play the role. Business is business, but at the end of the day, we don't like that motherfucker.
Can you tell me this? We saw the exchange up there, but like behind the stage, behind the scenes, any words exchanged between you and Oscar?
No.
Nothing.
When? Just then?
Yeah. No handshake.
No compliment on his swag. No undershirt for Oscar.
Listen,
you like that fit?
Again, we feel the same way we feel over here. It's like this dude's a clown. Again, check this out. We paid him a few pennies to do some work, and the whole time we pimped his ass the whole time.
That's cold.
We took each and every one of his fighters and who he thought was his fighters, and we beat him one. When I say we, meaning Floyd, beat him one by one by one by one.
Walk through them all.
Walked through them all while he was asleep under the wheel. And he looks up, and the fighters who he thought were his fighters, they on this side with us. Because he's been asleep under the wheel the whole time. You know, don't talk that slick shit to me. Oh, here, promotion is the promotion, and but all that. No, bro, we don't get down like that over here.
Could you correct the thing? We thought the narrative ahead of Gervonta's last fight when he took out unbeaten Hector Luis Garcia was he's stepping out from the Mayweather Promotions shadow. You're back up on the stage. Everything looks great. Was that overblown? Obviously, correct?
We're family. We're family.
That's right.
You know, sometimes families have disagreements, but we don't have no disagreements over here. It's business, and we're also family at the end of the day, and there's nothing but love over here. And Tank know how it's been and how it's always going to be. You know, it's like
he's growing up too.
Yes, he's definitely mature, and me being an older guy, I can appreciate that, and I tell him that all the time. Is that he's a good father, and you know, over the last couple of years, you can see the difference. You see the difference and how he's matured.
Well, experience is the best teacher.
Yes,
if you want to be at the top of the game, you want to master boxing, who else to learn from you and Floyd? So I get it. You know, experience is the best teacher.
And see, at the end of the day, you know, he understands that fighting at this level, what it's all about. You know, and when you have experienced people who've been there, from the business side and Floyd in the ring, you know, it's like you got the best team in all of boxing. And you combine that with Al, there's no stopping.
Can't lose.
Would it be true to say Ryan Garcia deserves the most credit for this fight being made?
No. He just.
Watch out.
No. That's my guy right here. No. And again, it's like, and it's never anything personal with the fighters. It's that Ryan, he did a wonderful job. He did a wonderful job of stepping up and making this happen, because you've heard me say this throughout the promotion that if it was up to Oscar, this shit wouldn't be happening. It would not be happening.
How do you know that for sure?
Because I know that for a fact.
Has he said it to you?
Ariel wants receipts, Leonard. Sorry.
Is there a text message? Is there a voicemail?
Listen, trust me on this. He didn't want this fight.
Didn't want it.
Because if he wanted this fight, why would you be trying to do everything to make it go away? The whole time before the deal was even signed, he's sitting up there, he's shooting shots. So that's the quickest way and it's understood. It's like you ain't trying to make nothing happen, because if if me and you trying to make a deal,
last thing I'm gonna do is sabotage you.
And why would I be sitting here saying disrespectful things about you?
Mm-hmm.
Since we're speaking about receipts, do you mind spilling the tea for us? Who's this mole that you keep mentioning? What's his name?
Bro,
What's his
that's
identity?
one thing about me we don't do. You know,
There is really a person? You have a spy in his camp?
listen, we do this. We don't play this. We do
hey, snitches get stitches.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm just looking for the
Yeah,
identity.
we know everything that the young man has been doing. I can tell you how many miles he's ran.
Come on.
Yeah, we know everything. Know everything.
Now, was this
But at
brought
the end
to you?
At the end of the day, him and Tank got to get in there and handle the business.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's the two fighters. It's not about me. It's not about Oscar. It's not about nobody else. But the two fighters get in there. But I'm just saying, it's our job to put our young guy in the best situation to be successsuel.
Right.
Well, Leonard,
Tank's earned the right to be the A side. It's like, that's why I was just shocked that he said that. It's like, this dude is the same dude that made Floyd go up in weight, gave him them big ass gloves, and said everything to put us at a disadvantage. We took less money because he was the guy and all that, but we were just we tricked his ass actually to get in the ring. Let's start with that. let's start with that.
There's more stuff here, Leonard, going on. Look at this.
Some jawing continuing.
Oh, no.
Hey, I bet that is you love it. I bet you do love that. Hey, hold that real high. Hold that real. Hey, you'll learn one day when you grow up. That ain't what it really is about, brother.
Tank does have an extensive purse collection, Leonard.
Leonard, where do we stand on the whole purse thing?
The handbag.
No, not the handbag. The purse bet. Where do we stand on
That's
that?
between the fighters.
That's between. It's not going to happen, though, right?
It's between them.
Would you advise? Like, if Tank says, "Do you think this is a good idea?" Would you say yes?
We would, if Tank comes to his team. See, the problem is what you heard what Tank said. You heard what Tank said. Because we know what Tank's gonna handle that business.
Right.
There's no way possible that Ryan Garcia is winning this fight. He's not built like that. And there's no disrespect to him as a fighter, because he's a good fighter, but Tank is built differently. You know, I've been saying that everything that Ryan does, Tank can do much better, and Tank, the IQ is on another level, and Tank's a complete fighter.
Well, Leonard, let me close with this. One thing Oscar did say that I agreed with is he says this could be a fight that grows boxing. It could break down walls between people that don't normally work together. Could this be the opening? There's more than one young star in the 135, 140 division around there. Could this be the beginning of more people working together in this way?
Yes, most definitely, because, again, what you see in boxing is that by these two guys coming together, like you said, all the other fighters, why not? Why not? Because this is not, these guys are taking all the risk. It's for a lot of money, too, but at the end of the day, this is what it's all about, giving the fans exactly what they want. That's why there should be no fans out there complaining about these two guys fighting each other. They're at the top of their game, and they're in their prime.
Sure.
Yep.
The CEO of Mayweather Promotions, a guy that does not suffer fools easily. It's Leonard Ellerby. It's been a pleasure.
Got me hot out here. I know my mom is rolling around in her grave.
That was fantastic.
But you know, you got to do what you got to do.
It was amazing. Well done.
We're not tolerating none of that.
We wish you guys the best getting into Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Team Tank Davis. This guy's fired up right here. I
love it.
I get down for that one right there. No shortage of interest in this fight. No shortage of the potential of crossover audience. I mean, Ariel, you and I are parents of teens and preteens. I've got my kids sending me TikToks with a shirtless Ryan Garcia, Instagram reels of Gervonta knockouts. We talked off the top that this attracts a different audience, that crossover audience, but a younger audience. I mean, I referenced it off the top, and Steven Espinoza, the president of Showtime Sports this week, agreed with me. It might be that social media super fight feel where reaching directly to different fan bases and bringing them in.
1,000%. And by the way, one of my dreams is to roll up to work wearing a sweatsuit like him with the glasses and that's like the dream right there.
You can do it. You can do it, though.
I don't know if I'm there.
Giving gifts
you are there, bro.
Red suit, giving gifts to kids, maybe.
Bro,
yeah.
It's not what you got on; it's who got it on. Remember that.
I mean, Leonard got
Remember
it on.
that.
All right, he got it on. Look, in the last couple of years, what have we seen in boxing, right? This social media influencer boxing world with Jake Paul and Logan Paul and KSI and all these guys, right? But we have rarely seen the legitimate boxers who are social media stars as well, right? This is what the hardcores have been asking for. They're like, enough of the influencer stuff. Give us the stars fighting each other. And so while we have Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford doing their thing and Fury and Usyk doing their thing, these two young guys who are less accomplished in terms of resumes and have been fighting for a less amount of time than those four guys are the ones who are making this happen. And that's why I feel like there's going to be FOMO come Saturday. And that's why I feel like when you talk about the trickle-down effect, I bet you we're going to see Crawford and Spence made after they see this happen. I bet you we're going to see Fury and Usyk back into the air after this happens, because they're going to say, look at the buzz, look at the attention, look at the spotlight. We want that, right? And so that's why I give both of these guys so much credit. And you're right. You're right.
In a perfect
It is
world, the winner of Saturday's Davis Garcia fight is looking to face the Haneys, the Lomachenkos, the Teofimos, the Shakur Stevensons, and continue to make the biggest fights possible. When we talk about the stakes stack, some have said, Oscar said it too, maybe this is crowning the new face of boxing. Canelo Alvarez is at the second chapter of his prime, the undisputed champion at 168, still doing big things. Would you agree with that, that there's an opportunity here, if this fight lives up to its entertainment, his commercial expectations, that we are looking at somebody who can take the baton?
Yeah, because these two guys have the two biggest fan bases, and they couldn't be more different, right? We had both of those guys on our show, and we asked them, if you were stuck on the island, what 3 shows would you take? Ryan mentioned Lion King and some other stuff, and you got Tank talking about Boys in the Hood, Men's to Society. So these guys couldn't be more different, right? But their fan base is so huge that they're bringing 2 fan bases together, you know, to make this fight, and that's why it was so big. And both of these guys are social media stars, but like you said, they are real boxers, and that's what we haven't seen before.
Well, let's stay with your chats on All the Smoke alongside your great co-host, Matt Barnes. You sat down with both fighters, long-form, detailed, got to hang out with them off camera. We know a lot about the confidence of Ryan Garcia. What did you learn about Tank Davis, though? Yes, he's got that business attitude, been here, done that. But what about the real guy behind the scenes?
Well, perfect example. We get there, and we are, you know, me and Matt flew in late. We get to the interview. Tank's there to work out. He's not trying to get interviewed. So his attitude was, I'm not even going in. So we had to move everything out the way and just let him train. But us being athletes, we understand how important routine is.
Sure.
So we were flies on the wall. The fact that he let us stay in camp, you know, and watch him work out, we were just flies on the wall. We saw everything. We saw him prepare. His face is just different the way he was training. Like, he really wants to hurt somebody. And we were able to get the interview after. But to see him training, to see his focus, to see how he was locked in on training, and this what I got the fight is more important. These interviews don't mean nothing if I don't win this fight. He's locked in that way. So it was just exciting to spend time with both of these guys for a big fight.
Could I ask, and perhaps you can't answer, and I totally respect if you can't, whose training impressed you more?
So we didn't see Ryan work out.
Okay.
We didn't see Ryan work out. But
did you identify the mole, or at least try to play a little clue? Was it?
I didn't know it was the mole at the time.
It was the janitor with the candlestick, right?
Maybe he's the mole.
I'm just making sure the mole doesn't try to get me to work with it.
He wants some of that stuff.
I'm not
I don't know
doing
if
that.
he really wants all of it.
Yeah,
right?
I don't like wires and nothing like that.
No. I won't wear. I'm willing to wear a wire. I am right now. Believe that.
To your previous point, we were talking off camera, and I asked you, are a lot of players coming in for this? And you said everyone, right?
Yes.
Like, since you've been a part of the Showtime family, have you ever seen a response from your fellow, players, brothers, as far as their interest in a fight?
Not since Floyd Mayweather.
Wow.
Not since Floyd Mayweather. During the basketball season, me and my best friend Al Harrington, we used to take turns meeting Sam Watson the day before the fight, meeting him at the cage, taking our large lump sums of cash just to get good seats to Floyd Mayweather's fights.
Wow.
Me and a lot of my basketball friends. But this fight, I had to turn my phone off 2 days ago because people know I'm with Showtime and they think I got access, which I don't. But this is definitely the biggest fight. Everybody's going to be here this weekend. And like I said, this is the Floyd Mayweather effect for sure.
Ariel, we both cover MMA on a full-time level as well. You did great work with the MMA Hour. We've got Morning Combat. I feel like for MMA fans, too, this is like the one boxing one that above all they've been circling for years in advance. Why do you think that is?
Because we are used in MMA to these types of fights, right? Let's be honest. We're used to 2 undefeated guys. But, because of the way the sport is structured and because the UFC in large part dominates the sport, we are used to these fights happening. This feels like an MMA fight, right? The 2 biggest stars, 1 versus 2 in terms of popularity, are fighting each other. They're undefeated. No one's worried about the record. No one's worried. Honestly, no one cares about the belts. It's like this is like McGregor and Diaz, right? There were no belts on the line there, and that's one of the biggest fights in the history of the sport, if not the biggest fight.
Both of them.
No one really cared when Jones and DC fought if a belt was on the line. They just wanted to know who was the better man, Jones or DC. like on Saturday. We just want to know who the better man is. So this feels, in terms of promotion, in terms of stakes, in terms of personalities, in terms of records and resumes, this feels like an MMA fight. It's something that MMA fans can relate to.
Yeah, crosses over on the level where everyone can understand. It's got a little bit of that old school feel and how it was built, and the chances both fighters took of saying to their teams that work with them, no, I need this fight now. There is no plan B. I did a feature for CBS Sports in which I talked to a lot of people, both on and off the record, about how this fight was made, and that seemed to be the consistent theme. It came down to both fighters digging in and saying, we're not looking to make money against somebody else. We're not looking to extend this. We're not looking to build. We all loved Mayweather-Pacquiao in 2015, the biggest fight of all time. Should we have had to wait 5.5 years? It certainly helped the financial bottom line. But look, here we are right now. It's incredible. It's incredible, the records of these two. But can Ryan Garcia make the leap and overcome that lack of experience comparative to Tank Davis? Can Tank overcome the 4.5-inch height advantage on paper, which you were saying when they faced off didn't look as bad maybe coming in? So many questions to have answered on Saturday. You can purchase it right now on Showtime pay-per-view, 8 p.m. Eastern, the 4-fight pay-per-view main card. Don't forget, if you want a little bit extra of Ariel Helwani, your boy BC here, how about Kate Abdo, the fantastic sports analyst and host, is going to be there for Showtime pay-per-view countdown, 6 p.m. Eastern time. That's going to go down on the Showtime Sports YouTube channel. Some good young promising fighters we're going to be calling, and we are certainly going to be setting this stage inside the arena. As we look further onto this fight week, Friday will be the weigh-in, the final time. I'm sure the tensions will be rising even higher. We were just here for David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. That weigh-in was electric. The crowd that night was electric. Anything you guys are looking to see, I'll start with you, Stack, from the mental warfare standpoint, because some people say that doesn't matter. Only what matters happens inside the ring. I think the fight starts when the fight is announced, when you start seeing the back and forth, the press conference. I think it all matters. What are you looking for on Friday?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's going to be really the same thing. Both of these guys are going to try to get the last word, you know, from being around for a while. And both of these guys are going to say things to get under the other guy's skin. But at the end of the day, you know, these guys got to lock in and go out there and do it themselves. The talking doesn't matter, none of that. You know, it's the same. All these guys are going to be nervous, but being nervous doesn't mean you're scared. It means you're anxious about being great, and I think these guys know about this moment.
And very quick plug, if I may, can I give an old Mick Foley cheap plug?
I'd love to. You don't watch this network, watch the other one.
Mick Foley cheap plug, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific tomorrow on the Showtime Basketball YouTube channel.
Yep.
Myself, this man, Paul Pierce, Boogie Cousins.
Boogie Cousins.
Talking a little
That's an all-star
Al Harrington
lineup.
might stop by. Allen Iverson might stop by.
The AI?
Because they heard I'm involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're big fans.
And I think we might get Andre Ward stopping by.
Really?
Yeah.
A who's who. BC won't stop by.
Can I put on another plug here? I mean, Morning Combat will be live 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow with a bevy of special guests, including our brother Diamante, El Diamante, Raul Marquez, Dan Canobio.
My guy.
And one Andre Ward also going to stop by my show, too. So I'll warm up the SOG, the Hall of Famer, and I'll pass it over to you guys. But seriously, Ariel, you have just launched the Ariel Helwani basketball show. Congratulations on Showtime Digital. Best of luck.
Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
We know we can catch the award-winning Stack 5 over here on All the Smoke and Fight Towns. I'd like to see you come to Connecticut sometime. I mean, there's not like a great fight.
But I'll pull up.
Willie Pep. Okay, he'll be there. That is Steven Jackson, Ariel Helwani, and Brian Campbell. We will be with you the rest of the week here from Las Vegas. Saturday night Showtime pay-per-view. It's Gervonta Tank Davis against King Ryan Garcia. Order the pay-per-view right now on Showtime pay-per-view. But until then, get fired up, get ready. It all goes down Saturday night in the desert. It's Davis Garcia.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the media workout. Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, a matchup that has been talked about for over 2 years.
I fought some of the best fighters my whole life.
Hard right hand. Wow.
No matter what's trying to take me down, I choose to move forward. I choose to fight and conquer on top, no matter what. I don't care about words. I know what's in my heart. I know who I am, and I know that I'm a fighter.
We've seen Tank dazzle us and entertain us. We've seen Ryan dazzle us and entertain. What? We get to see both of them at the same time?
This is the biggest fight of this generation right here. It's about the generation that's coming. Can't believe it, boy. My heart like, boom. We have a tremendous card from top to bottom. You are going to see an amazing night of boxing.
Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia go head-to-head in a massive fight regarding their legacy.
Fear is an illusion. That's not real. You look in the mirror and you tell yourself what you are. That's what you are.
That's a white
That's
version.
clean as hell,
right?
bro.
So think about that one.